And some of these things get too complicated quite quickly, but they are also practical and achievable. So I can see a situation where tokenized stocks, classes of shares, you can use these tokenized standards where you sell the shares publicly, but if they're sold as NFTs, you're not buying the same token. Some people will have a different class of shares denoted by a different type of NFT or an NFT with different attributes to it. So all these things are going to come into play, and I think RMRK has got this nailed on because tokenized stocks and shares are going to be the real thing. The world is heading for tokenization. Just think about it. So you can see where this is going, and it's all on the blockchain. It's all clear. So for those who are still in doubt, that RMRK is opening this field to the wider business community and to institutions. This is your cue. And some of these things, if you're in doubt again that the world is heading for total tokenization, just go through these ERC standards. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you very much for joining us today. I'm your host, FD465.tv, bringing you some updates on RMRK app and RMRK token. RMRK, a project we like very much on this channel. What about you? Do you hold RMRK? Let us know in the comment section. I'm not sure if you share the enthusiasm we hold here on this channel towards RMRK. We are very fond of RMRK because we think it's a project that is going to do well. And of course, I do hold it in my personal portfolio, but we also hold in one of our public portfolios, which I think is the 15K to 600K portfolio challenge. So the updates we're going to bring you today, they are not going to be all the updates that are there to share with our community, but these are some of the latest or the most prominent ones that we think are worth sharing with the community. So like I said, it's been a while since we last covered one of our favorite projects, that is RMRK, a project we hold in one of our public portfolios. You can have more than one favorite project, right? We do have lots of favorites. So this is not to say this is the only project we think is the best of all. No, we've got a basket of projects we think are very good projects. So for those just joining us today, please consider subscribing to our channel. And whilst you're at it, don't forget to click the like button as well. This will allow us to show the YouTube algorithm that this video needs to be shared with more people. And if you don't mind, also click that notification bell. Anyway, so if you are new, let's just give you a quick overview of what RMRK is before we jump onto the updates. RMRK is a suite of NFT Legos with its roots going back to Substrate on Kusama network to be specific. RMRK is evolving Web3's broader NFT strategy with an emerging suite of NFT Legos now available in EVM environments. These Legos allow NFT collections of arbitrary complexity to make use of newly available multi-asset, nestable, equipable, immutable, and nestable soul-bound NFTs. The RMRK protocol has since branched out to Ethereum through recent implementations such as ERC 5773 and ERC 6059, making multi-asset and nestable NFTs possible on the Ethereum mainnet and across EVM environments. More on ERC standards later on in the video. We've got around 6 that we think are very key to share with you guys. And some of RMRK tools include tools to interact with NFTs on the command line and in web apps, RMRK specification to write your own implementation, RMRK pinning tools to pin IPFS or interplanetary file system and regularly clean outdated pins from services like Pinata. A standalone embeddable renderer for RMRK 2 composable NFTs. The token ticker symbol is RMRK and pronounced as RMRK. It has the following use cases. It's the currency in the RMRK metaverse such as Skybridge. It is also the currency in the official RMRK marketplace, which is singular. I'll leave links to all these in the description section. The RMRK token is also used to prevent fungible token spam. It can also be used for curating NFT galleries. The RMRK token is also earmarked for governance of the platform-wide parameters. Curation in RMRK launched but not necessarily NFT-related products, so the products on sale on RMRK's marketplace, which is singular. There might be other projects that are not necessarily NFTs. You can use the RMRK token to curate them. The RMRK token is also used as collateral in DeFi protocols like Karura and others. I don't know if I want to leave anything on Karura at the moment because as things stand, that project is scary, just going downhill. But then it could be the right time to invest. I digress, and it's not a call to go and ape into Karura or Akala. That's not what I'm saying. Anyway, the RMRK token is also used for abstraction of the multi-chain architecture, using RMRK tokens to mint, trade, and generally interact with the NFTs in the ecosystem. White label of RMRK products and apps, you need the RMRK token to do so. You can also use the RMRK token to fund your account for use with applications like Betco. If you use Betco, let me know in the comment section. So as you can see, it is one of the best crypto projects out there. The token itself has got myriad of use cases coupled with the best tokenomics one will ever need or find within the space. This one is great potential in my view, and of course we will say that because we are already sold onto this one. Do you hold RMRK? Do you think it's got potential? Let us know in the comment section. And at this moment in time, as far as I'm concerned, I'm adding to my private portfolio because I think these are basement prices under $2 for RMRK. Come on, all-time high it went to over $55, so under $2, let's go for it. That's an easy 25x for me, in my view. You do your own research and make your own decision whether you want to jump into RMRK. Now let's move on to some updates then. Starting with one of the latest updates, a new collaboration with Tanssi, Tanssi, an upchain infrastructure protocol. This collaboration with Tanssi equips RMRK to effectively deploy its own upchain within the Polkadot ecosystem, sidestepping the hurdles traditionally associated with independent development, unlike the idea of a RMRK chain. At the moment, you go to Moonbeam and it's an XC token, XC RMRK. Akala or Karura, don't trust them. I moved my tokens from Karura because at the moment, not safe as far as I'm concerned. So it's always good to have their own network or their own chain. At least the tokens will become native on that chain. This also opens the way for a RMRK upchain that was previously too costly and time-consuming to implement. Tansi's mission centers around simplifying the process of deploying upchains. When an upchain connects to Tanssi, it evolves into a container chain. This evolution provides access to an array of resources and services that enable optimized usage of block space resources and enhanced operational efficiency. In essence, Tansi's protocol speeds up the transition from concept to deployment, enabling developers to focus on what really matters, their protocol logic and mechanism. With Tanssi, RMRK can leverage the tools available in order to build its own chain with unique customization. In a shared EVM environment with Tansi's assistance, RMRK can effectively replicate the functionalities of the Ethereum mainnet on its own chain while gaining the advantage of trustless connectivity and the capacity for message passing to other chains within the Polkadot network. This enhances RMRK's multi-chain capabilities. RMRK is also bringing innovative NFT features to Tansi's ecosystem, including nestable NFTs, multi-asset NFTs, equipable NFTs, on-chain emotes, conditional rendering, NFTs as DAOs, and so forth. So that is one of the best updates. I think this is going to bring a lot of value to the RMRK ecosystem. Now that it's on Ethereum, and by default, it's also going to find its way on networks like the Cosmos ecosystem because of EVM compatibility, and then on Polkadot. So this is going to be huge. It's going to be mega for the RMRK NFT standard. Now let's move on to some of the recently finalized ERC standards. Starting with ERC standard 5773, which is context-dependent multi-asset tokens. This standard is designed for NFTs to enable context-dependent output of information. This means that the asset displayed can differ based on how the token is being accessed. For example, 2D or 3D avatar is being displayed, whether it's in a game or marketplace or on a web page. Use cases for ERC 5773, you have cross-metaverse compatibility. The ERC 5773 standard can support an array of metaverse ecosystems, allowing assets associated with NFTs to be used across different games and platforms. You also have multimedia outputs, which allows an NFT to take on varying representations such as PDF, MP3, or other formats based on the software or platform being used for ebooks or other media types. Media redundancy for improved metadata resilience and referenced information. Duplicate metadata files can be included across decentralized storage platform. And then we also have NFT evolution, where users, minters, and other pre-approved entities can add, remove, or replace assets associated with an NFT. So those were some of the use cases for ERC 5773. The next ERC standard is ERC 6059, which is parent-governed nestable NFTs. This introduces the idea of an NFT owning other NFTs independent of a smart contract. Here we can have a parent-child relationship between NFTs, creating a hierarchy of tokens. Use cases for ERC 6059 include bundling, which is a way of grouping and selling multiple NFTs together as a single package, making it convenient for collectors to buy a set of related NFTs in one transaction. The next use case for ERC 6059 is collecting, which involves organizing NFTs in a collection based on the owner's preference, such as grouping NFTs from the same artist or theme. The third use case for ERC 6059 is membership. Here, developers or users can create exclusive memberships to DAOs or clubs where owning a specific NFT or parent token grants access to additional NFTs NFTs, which is the child token, like special perks or bonuses. And the final use case for ERC 6059 is delegation. This leads to the implementation of voting systems or delegate decision-making power within decentralized organizations by using nested NFTs as voting tokens or representations of authority. That is all on 6059. I'll leave some links in the description so that you can go and read all about these ERC standards at your own time. The next ERC we're going to be looking at is 6220, ERC 6220. This extends the functionality of ERC 721 standard by enabling the creation of composable NFTs. These NFTs can selectively add parts to themselves through a process called equipping, leading to additional customization options and use cases. And the use cases for ERC 6220 are as follows. You got digital art, where artists can create interactive digital art, where collectors can personalize the art pieces by adding or removing parts directly in the art's design. The next one is dynamic content. Here, content creators can develop uniquely tailored digital experiences where users can customize multimedia content by equipping various categories of media such as audio tracks, video filters, or subtitles. Token progression is next. As NFT owners achieve milestones, they can equip their tokens with new parts representing their growth and progress over time. And the last one is provable digital scarcity. Here, most NFTs are not truly scarce as the visual representation is a client-side mechanic. This token standard can enforce that if an item is equipped on an NFT, it cannot be equipped on another. So it locks that equipable to an NFT so that it cannot be used on another NFT. The next ERC standard is ERC 6381. This is also known as the Public Non-Fungible Token Emote Repository. It is a standard for interacting with non-fungible tokens using Unicode emojis. It operates as a public non-gated repository smart contract which can be deployed on multiple networks at the same address. And use cases for ERC 6381 include interactivity, where ERC 6381 will enhance NFT interactivity by allowing users to express their admiration or sentiment towards an NFT using emojis. The second use case for ERC 6381 is feedback-based evolution, where tracking on-chain reactions to NFTs allows for feedback-based evolution of NFTs. The third use case for ERC 6381 is that of valuation. Emoting on NFTs can provide real-time indications of admiration and desirability, which can impact the value of the token. So those were the use cases on ERC 6381. The next ERC standard is ERC 6454. This is a soul-bound extension standard that enables the creation of non-transferable tokens. Here are some of the ways to prevent token transferability. Non-transferable from the moment they are minted, become non-transferable after a specified block, become non-transferable after a predefined number of transactions, setting tokens as non-transferable on a per token basis. And here are the use cases for ERC 6454. The first one is verifiable attribution, which represent personal achievements such as certifications, degrees, or professional licenses in digital form. The next use case for ERC 6454 is immutable properties, which includes properties that are unalterable by tying the NFT to certain properties. Reputational avatars can be combined with ERC 6059 to create reputational avatars in the form of soulbound tokens. That was quite a lot to take in, I think, but you can tell where this is going. The next phase is going to be defined by commercial entities, institutions, and looking at things like these ERC standards from RMRK. I think you are going to find that those institutions that are first out of the blocks are going to take some of these standards and create products that are going to be useful within the real world. And some of these things get too complicated quite quickly, but they are also practical and achievable. So I can see a situation where tokenized stocks, classes of shares, you can use these tokenized standards where you sell the shares publicly, but if they're sold as NFTs, you are not buying the same token. Some people will have a different class of shares denoted by a different type of NFT or an NFT with different attributes to it. So all these things are going to come into play, and I think RMRK has got this nailed on because tokenized stocks and shares are going to be the real thing. The world is heading for tokenization. Just think about it. Here in the UK, we've got a practice where people buy what is called leasehold, where you buy the building for the duration of the lease, but then you have to renew the lease if you're buying a property. So if you have a title deed that is time bound, these standards will come into play. Or if you then upgrade your NFT, which is you're now buying the lease, these NFTs will come in because the NFT is going to be triggered by something like a command coming from someone who is authorized to send that command. So you can see where this is going, and it's all on the blockchain. It's all clear. So for those who are still in doubt, that RMRK is opening this field to the wider business community and to institutions. This is your cue. And some of these things, if you're in doubt again that the world is heading for total tokenization, just go through these ERC standards and maybe watch this video again and see where this is going. I think this is going to be huge, and RMRK have stolen a march against their rivals. What does everyone think? Let me know down below what your thoughts are as far as RMRK's ERC standards are concerned. Until next time, guys, this was a quick update on RMRK, one of the projects we think is going to do really well. Until next time, bye for now.